Okay, today we're going to be putting together one of these three arrangements, and the one I'm going to start with showing you how to put the flowers together is this daffodil arrangement. It has three little daffodils and several pieces of fill and grass and a little hanger in the back so that it can hang on the wall. And let me show you how to assemble the flowers. So the daffodil has three pieces. It has the little stamen piece. This is the trumpet piece and the petals. It has two leaves and a little sepal underneath, and we're going to put it on a stem so that we can put it in our arrangement. Now you have a little stick, and the stick is for shaping. What we're going to do is just run our finger against the stick and put the paper in between and just kind of gently curve it. You want the curve to be facing away from you. And then you're going to take this shaping stick, and with the curve coming towards you like this, you're going to take the little stamen pieces and run your thumb against the stick as you gently glide. It's sort of like curling ribbon if you've ever done that when you wrap a present. So that's what we have to start with. Then you're going to take your stick, your stem piece I should say, and we're going to put a little bit of glue on the stick itself, right on the end, just a little. It doesn't take much. And then we're going to put that right on the very end of the stamen piece, and with your thumb and finger gently roll it together. When you get almost to the end of that, see how it's rolled around the stem, you get towards the end, just take a little bit of glue and just put a little dab on the very end and finish rolling that. And you'll have this little piece ready to be put inside the flower when we get to the next step. So we'll set that to the side. The next piece is this little trumpet piece. There's a little score line here. We're going to turn that score line in. And then we're going to take our shaping stick and we're going to roll this piece. So we're starting to make it turn into a cone shape. But before we actually form the cone, we're going to take our thumb and we're going to gently roll these petal pieces back and curl them to the back. You can use your thumb or your finger, gently rolling them, giving it a little bit of shape. And so they're kind of flaring downward like this. And then what we're going to do is take it and we're going to match this fold line with this edge here. So what we're going to do is roll it into the shape of a cone, like so, and this back piece, this fold mark, is going to be with the edge of the cone here. So then you can let it go a little. We're going to put glue on this side. So it doesn't take too much glue, just a little. And continue to roll that and match that fold line with the edge of the paper. And then you can just kind of use your finger to sort of gently shape that into a nice shaped cone. I'm going to tilt these back a little, and then the next step is we're going to take our stamen and we're going to put it on the inside like so. But before we actually put these two pieces together, we're going to just take a little bit of glue and put it right there on the end. Less is more with the glue. You don't need a lot. Just take it and push it down. Now those two pieces are pretty secure on that stem. The next step is to take the petals, and there are score lines in the middle of each point. So we can give this a little shape by folding the petal pieces inward on that fold line. And then I like to take my stick and then I'm going to give these petals a little downward turn. That's sort of what daffodils look like when you look at a real one. They have a little bit of a flare to them. And right in the center we have a hole ready to go for our stem to fit through. So I like to put the stem on the stick before I put the glue anywhere. Then it's ready to go because this hot glue dries very quickly. So we want to get the maximum amount of adhesion with the glue. So I have this ready to just put up to the top. But before I do, I'll just take a little glue. It's best to put the glue underneath the trumpet part and then bring the petals up. Okay, the next step, what we're going to do is we're going to take some floral tape and we're going to just take a little piece. We don't need much, 5 or 6 inches will do. Just break it with your hand, with your fingers, just tear it off. And you want to stretch it. When you stretch it, it releases the wax that's inside the tape itself, and then that will stick to itself. So we're going to wrap it around the stem, and I like to twirl the stem with my fingers and just wrap that tape right around. There we go. Now I'm going to kind of shape this, push it with my fingers and shape it so that I have a pleasing look to that flower. The next piece is this little sepal part. And again, we're going to shape this. We're going to try and coax this to be in the shape of a cone again. And then I'm going to take the little prongs and curl them downward. So this is facing up and then the prongs facing downward. And then I'm going to train this so that when I put my glue on this, it's going to form a little cone like so. So now I know where I want to put my glue. I want these two prongs to kind of be evenly spaced as they are all the way around, and that helps me gauge where I'm going to put my glue. So I'm going to put the glue on the bottom. Just a little will be enough, just a little dab, and then I'm going to press the two together. Now I'm going to put this on my stem again, have it ready to go. So my floral tape decided that it wanted to come unraveled. So that's all right. I'm going to just go back and I'm going to wrap it again, make it a little tighter this time so that it sticks to the stem itself. And then I'll try it again. That happens sometimes. It's just not cooperating here. There. There we go. Now, once again, I'm going to put glue at the bottom of the flower, and I'm going to put a pretty good amount because there's a lot of space there to fill in. So I'm going to put my glue on the bottom of the flower and just kind of twirl it so that I get the glue mostly all the way around the base of the flower. And then I'm going to push that up. And now you can see the bottom of the daisy. And the last step is we're going to add some leaves. So once again, I'm going to train this leaf and give it a little bit of a curve downward. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to use the stick to wrap the base of the leaf around the stem. I should say around my shaping stick. And it'll be like that so that I can put glue in here and that will give me the opportunity to wrap this around the base of the stem. So I'll go ahead and take the glue, put a little bit in this channel that I just created with a stick and put it at the base. I'm bringing it down maybe about 1.5 inches to 2 inches. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other leaf. Train it a little so that it has a nice little curve. And then use the stick to wrap the base of the leaf around the stick. And then I'm going to put the glue again in the channel of that leaf. I'm going to put this leaf opposite the other one and down just a little lower. And then I'm going to squeeze these around the stem. I can bring this down and bring this one down. And my final step is going to be to use floral tape again. I'm going to rip off a piece, Remember, I'm going to stretch this to release the adhesive, or I should say the wax that's built into the floral tape. Take it, and you want to press it so that tape is up against tape. When you start it with the tape against itself, then it starts to stick. And then you can take it and start to pull it downward on an angle and wrap the stick. The last thing we want to do in shaping this flower is just bend it forward a little bit. And there we have our cute little daffodil. And that'll be ready. We're going to be making 3 of these, and that'll be ready to go into our arrangement.